at the start, you talked about how in its inception, WaveAI was really helping you break through your creative blocks. Like I looked up on Curtis King, who I will drop a link in this in the notes here. He did a wonderful, it's a couple years old, but he's a rap artist, had a top hit song using LyricStudio. But here's how the critics would say, because if we go to the model you talked about, where it's the oracle, then the oracle writes the song, not the artist. But you look with Curtis, and it was Curtis writing the song with you. So how do you talk about, maintaining artist ownership, which is okay, but more of the identity? You know what I'm saying? How do you preserve the identity? And is there any sort of memory of working with that artist? I mean, is any of that preserved, or is it just like you keep coming in and doing it sort of fresh?
The way that our product works leans into the user. The user is, if ChatGPT is a god when you use ChatGPT, then when you use LyricStudio, you are the god. Maybe this is too far of an analogy for religious people, but you are the one in charge. You are the one in the driver's seat, and the model adapts to you and not the other way around. And so it gets to know you, it gets to know your style, and it adapts its suggestions to you very, very actively, very, very on purpose. And as a result, when different people use it, it's very different. In fact, I've watched so many people use it, obviously, over the years. I keep getting surprised by the style that's coming out of our model because it's so good at adapting itself around different people. So it keeps producing stuff we've never expected it to produce. So Curtis King's song is very, very much his voice, his tone. The system is helping him express himself. And to be frank, when professionals like Curtis King use LyricStudio, a lot of the lines just come out from them, right? They only use LyricStudio to the extent that they want to, which is how it should be.
But what sort of patterns are songwriters using? Not specifically, but that you found like, wow, what a great use case. How did they do that? Look how they're using our tool.
I think the coolest one was Sky Jordan. This was in the very, very early days of our technology. And what he did is he would turn on his music. And as the music is going, he would click generate and in almost real time pick out lyrics for his beat. He would sort of improvise his rap with LyricStudio on top of the beat in real time and create the music like that. And so Sky Jordan has a whole playlist of videos where he shows how he does it. And it just blew my mind. And it really made me feel that as a technologist, you release something into the wild, and then that something, that entity that you created, is going to be collaborating with people in ways that you could have never envisioned. I'm going to share just one more example. This
These
was even earlier. This is pre-release. My good friend and San Jose State University art professor, James Morgan, always wanted to write an opera. Always wanted to write an opera.
Mhm.
Now, he doesn't play any musical instrument. Oh, and the opera, he wanted an Italian opera, right? And he doesn't speak Italian. I mean, that's a lot of barriers. And
Yeah.
yeah, right? And the very first time we meet, we go for a walk around San Jose State, this beautiful campus. And I said, well, since you always wanted to write an opera, we have this system. We can retrain it for you on the public domain works of Giacomo Puccini, perhaps, and see maybe you can do something with it. So we build this system for him. You feed it Italian lyrics, and it gives you different melodies for in short form, different ways to sing these Italian sentences. And the guy creates Arido Taurajo, this amazing Italian aria, which in part speaks to the talent of this man, right? In the ways he can work in different mediums, but also, I mean, this is 2016, and my mind is completely blown. I'm like, wow, you give somebody a fairly basic AI tool, and they can go out and create something. A non-musician who doesn't speak Italian can create a beautiful Italian aria. Anyways, it's been showcased in a whole bunch of art galleries. I ended up singing the voice for it. It was a blast, but it really kind of very, very early on showed the potential. And it's really, I just want to highlight how the most creative people can take tools in their infancy, and they can take the tools that we have today and create things from them that nobody could have ever expected.
What you're saying here is that, hey, I want to write an Italian opera. And that freedom from the emotional and creative level, because that's what we bring, is experience and emotion